Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child.
Ava Barron was once introduced to the world as the young white girl who had been saved by hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. He proudly called her his adopted daughter, presenting her as part of his blended family. People assumed she'd been welcomed into a life of luxury and love. But now, years later, Ava has returned with a story that turns everything upside down. She's not just speaking out. She's unraveling a truth that could ruin Diddy's carefully built legacy and raise serious questions about what was really happening inside the Combs household. He smiled with pride. Ava sat beside him, barely speaking, occasionally nodding or smiling. The moment was meant to be touching. At first,
I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his baby.
some praised Diddy. They called him generous and progressive, celebrating his decision to open his home to someone from such a different background. But others weren't convinced. People asked questions. Who was she? Where did she come from? And why were there no official adoption records? Then, just as suddenly as she appeared, Ava vanished. After that livestream, Ava was never seen again on Diddy's platforms. No interviews, no pictures, no updates. It was like she had been erased from the public eye. Diddy stopped mentioning her.
I did some digging around and found some old photos that go back many years. She was with him when she was very, very young, so she is in fact his adopted daughter. Some are saying this woman in the background here is her mother, but nothing is confirmed. You can see she's been with him in interviews, hanging out with Diddy's daughters. She was seen everywhere with Diddy's daughter. Here's another one. And I mean, they go way back. And here's a few more. So it shows that, yes, indeed, they spent time together and they grew up together. This is, in fact, their sister and Diddy's adopted daughter.
Christian Combs, Diddy's son, who used to tag Ava in his posts, deleted any references to her. This silence didn't go unnoticed. Viewers who had seen Ava's blank expression during the live video remembered how uncomfortable she looked. People started to wonder, was something going on behind the scenes? As whispers grew online, some even started comparing Ava to a missing person case. The names Ava Barron and Ava Grace Baldwin got tangled in online theories. The confusion added fuel to the fire. Was Ava hiding her real identity? Or was she trying to escape something much darker? Now, after years of silence, Ava has come back, but not under Diddy's wing.
Who takes longer to get ready, your dad or you all?
Our dad.
Our dad takes so long to get ready. We take like 2 hours. He takes like 3.5, maybe pushing 4. But it's worth it. He does it because it's worth it.
This time, she's speaking on her own terms through private social media posts that quickly went viral. And what she's sharing is deeply unsettling. Ava claims that the adoption wasn't real at all. According to her, there were no legal documents, no official guardianship, and no real intention to make her part of the family. Instead, she believes she was used for public relations. A photo op. A prop to make Diddy look compassionate during a time when his image was suffering. Behind the scenes, she says, the reality was far from warm. Ava describes feeling like an outsider in a cold, controlling home.
Start in the US, where Sean Diddy Combs has been denied bail following his conviction for prostitution-related.
She says she wasn't treated with care or respect, but was expected to stay quiet, act grateful, and go along with whatever was asked of her. In one of her video clips, Ava talks about the environment she lived in, one where silence was the rule, questioning was discouraged, and pressure to obey was constant. She doesn't go into detail about every event, but the picture she paints is troubling. She speaks of emotional manipulation and subtle forms of control. According to her, kindness was a mask. She wasn't brought into the family out of love. She was brought in to protect Diddy's reputation. Even more alarming, Ava says it wasn't just Diddy who played a role. She names his son, Christian Combs, directly. Ava doesn't accuse Christian of abuse, but she says the way he treated her was dismissive and unkind. She describes him as arrogant, entitled, and emotionally distant, someone who saw her as less than, rather than as a sister. These claims hit harder when placed next to Christian's current legal troubles. He's already facing a lawsuit from a woman named Grace Ali, who accuses him of assaulting her on a yacht earlier this year. Ava's story now adds another layer to the public's growing concerns about how the Combs family operates behind closed doors. According to Ava, she witnessed tense moments, aggressive language, and subtle power moves not just from Diddy, but also from Christian and others in their circle. She said it felt like this behavior was passed down, as if the younger generation was learning it from the top. What's disturbing is how Ava's account fits into a larger pattern. Multiple women have already come forward with lawsuits against Diddy, accusing him of using his wealth and status to control and exploit vulnerable individuals. Ava, a young, unknown white girl, suddenly placed in the Combs household, seems to fit the same profile, someone without power, easy to influence, and even easier to hide. Former employees and ex-bodyguards have come forward in unrelated cases, saying Diddy had a habit of inviting young women into his homes under the pretense of mentorship, only for those women to end up in situations that felt far from safe or professional. These insiders described constant surveillance, tight control over movement, and forced silence through andas. Ava's story lines up with these accounts. After Ava disappeared, strange videos of her started showing up on TikTok. Some were shot in dimly lit hotel rooms. In a few, she lip-synced while wearing heavy makeup, with odd captions that felt cryptic. Online users began speculating that she was trying to send signals, hinting that she was trapped or in danger. Some even suggested the videos resembled what trafficking victims post when they can't speak freely. While nothing was confirmed, these eerie clips only deepened concern. People started asking, was Ava part of something bigger? Was she silenced because she saw too much? Now, Ava's sudden reappearance and her willingness to speak might have serious legal consequences for the Combs family. Rumors are flying that she might be preparing to testify. Maybe in Christian's case. Maybe in one of the ongoing federal investigations surrounding Diddy. If she does, her first-hand account could be a game-changer. She wasn't just a guest in their world, she lived there. She saw what went on. Federal agents are still quietly working behind the scenes, and Ava's voice could be the final piece that makes everything click. Diddy built his brand around being the ultimate boss. He portrayed himself as a father figure, a mentor, a leader, the man who raised his kids with class and offered guidance to those in need. But Ava's version of events shakes that image to the core. She describes not love, but isolation, not mentorship, but control. If even a portion of her claims are true, it means Diddy was crafting a public image while hiding a much darker truth. And Christian? He grew up in that world. If he is repeating those patterns, then the issues run deeper than anyone imagined. As the lawsuits pile up and Ava's story gains traction, the music industry is starting to shift. Collaborators are backing away. Business partners are distancing themselves. Even some long-time defenders of Diddy have gone quiet. It's not just about one case anymore. It's about the possible unraveling of an empire built on a false image. Media outlets that once ignored Ava are now replaying that old Instagram live video. They're analyzing her body language. They're digging through past interviews. And most importantly, they're asking, how did no one catch this sooner? What makes Ava's story so powerful is that she's not a random outsider. She was inside Diddy's circle. She saw things others didn't. And now, she's finally telling her side. Her courage is drawing attention to the hidden lives behind the fame and flashing lights. It's reminding people that image is not always reality. And sometimes, the people who look the most put together are hiding the biggest secrets. This isn't just about one girl telling her truth. Ava Barron's story might be the key that unlocks years of secrets, manipulation, and control hidden within a powerful celebrity household. And as more eyes turn to her, more truths may come out. So now, people are left wondering how many others were brought into that world, only to be forgotten once they stopped being useful? What really goes on behind the scenes in these celebrity families? And most importantly, what else hasn't been revealed yet? What are your thoughts on Ava's story? Do you believe she's the missing link in Diddy's unraveling legacy, or just the beginning of even more secrets to come? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as this story unfolds.